mainly will be breezy. Not only gray, but also cool. Highs today are going to be in the upper 50s. We're going to keep a good chance of rain showers around tonight. That 50% chance of shower stays with us tomorrow and also tomorrow evening. By Friday, we've got a 40% chance of showers. Highs will be in the mid 60s. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
And
Another news update is coming up soon on the Granite Capitals 105.3 WSGC.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour. It is time now for Community Spotlight. This Community Spotlight powered by Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau, more than just insurance. Stop by Farm Bureau and find out about Farm Bureau Bank. If you want to finance that next car, automobile purchase, stop by and see Ben Hill and the great staff at Farm Bureau on Elbert Street. Today, for our Community Spotlight, it is going to be a gift to remember. How do you like that? Does anybody see what I just did there? Okay, anyway, it's a gift to remember. And how awesome it is, we'll have Ken Little calling in, Tony says, in just minutes. Ken, can you call in if we need you to?
Yeah, I got my phone right here.
Okay, all right. He's here, Tony King, if you're listening. Ken Little is here, as well as more from the cast. Right here for a gift to remember, and it is coming up soon. Ken, are you director this time around?
Yes, I am.
You are. We are talking to the director, Ken Little. And what are the dates for this performance?
December 1st through 3rd and 8th through 10th.
And look, make time if you have family coming in for Christmas times or different things, and it falls in these weekends. What a treat it would be to take your family out for a gift to remember.
And this is definitely a G-rated show.
So it's for the whole
everybody. Yeah.
for the whole family. And Ken, you've brought along some special guests today.
Yeah, I've got Bob Larson, who is in the play, and Marie Glenn, who I can't see, but she's over there somewhere.
Marie's hiding over here in the corner. So tell us about a gift to remember. What to expect? The synopsis.
Well, basically, you've got a group of people. It's Christmas Eve. They were supposed to fly out of Bangor, Maine, but a snowstorm closed the airport. So they put everybody on trains, and the train broke down in New Hampshire.
Oh,
so they're
boy.
stuck at Christmas Eve in New Hampshire.
So anything can happen when you get stuck on a train in New Hampshire.
Exactly, and in this case, it's a gift to remember.
It's a you know what? I can't wait. This is going to be a good one. And just think of getting stuck on a train with folks and your family and all that. It could be chaos, Bob Larson.
Well, the train gets unlike Murder on the Orient Express. They get off the train here. They actually get into the train station.
Yeah.
And it's a group of, as Ken said, disparate people, nothing in common.
Nothing in common.
Oh, nobody has anything in common.
No, they don't know each other.
Other than they're stuck where they don't want to be.
Wow. So this is going to be a fun time in December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Go ahead and make your plans, and you can even purchase tickets by calling 706-283-1049 or contact Tony King for these tickets. Ken Little is here. Who's the cast? Who can we expect to see in the cast this
we've
time?
got quite a big one. We've got, of course, Marie here, who plays Madeline. We've got Anne-Marie Brennan, Jake Triplett, Julie Williams, David Bennett, Bob Larson, Lila Kate Johnson, who's doing a great job, Joanne Phillips, Rose Scoggins, Philip Hyatt, Kayla Hyatt, David King, Michael Blackston, and Madison Adams.
Look, are there any newcomers in here?
There's a lot of newcomers.
Rose, you mentioned Rose Scoggins.
Yeah.
I did not even know she was doing plays. So this
she
may
is
be
now.
this her first one. So
Yeah.
Rose does an exceptional job, y'all, with our paper at the Elberton Star, and I will come just to see Rose. I mean, I think this is awesome. So I knew her dad real well in school, and so she's doing a great job with the paper, and several other new ones as well. So
well, I think Marie is one
Yeah.
of the newbies.
Are you? Is this your first time?
It's my first acting, but I did do the Orient Express, but I was behind the scenes. So yeah, this is my first one.
This
doing
is your
one.
stage debut.
Yes.
Okay. What's it like? What's it like for the first time? Because there's people out there that I know have come to plays, but they hadn't been in one.
At first, it was a little scary, and first Ken told me, he says, because I play the chorus too. He said, "Well, it's okay." He said, "You're not gonna now have to sing," and I'm like, "Oh boy!" But now it's interesting. It's fun. I
Yeah.
enjoy doing it, and I think other people would enjoy doing it.
Yeah. And what I think is so cool, or what I see, is and if you know some of these folks or don't know, but you get to know them, but you see them on stage, and it's just the character. People really draw into the character, you
Yeah.
know, and so you become this character, and it's so neat to see the people you know. Because I have forgotten, like David Bennett. I forgot he was David Bennett before watching him. You know, I said, man, I know him, but you know, just to see the character transformation go through, and you know, of course, it takes an awesome crew to really help that, and backstage and things like that. Who's on the backstage? Who's helping on the crew side of things?
That would be me.
That's you. So the director is back there just working nonstop. So
That's me,
yes,
yeah.
Yeah. Normally, when I direct, at least, I leave the backstage crew alone because I figure I spend most of my time out front directing.
yes.
And if I decide now it's time for me to go backstage, all I do is get in the way. But I guess Ken can't get in his own way.
Hey, sometimes you got to manage it. I mean, you got to know what's.
Well, you know, this time of year we had a hard time just getting the cast. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard to get
That's
people in.
that's right. And two, just to know that things are moving swift and working the way they're supposed to work. And so, folks, come see the play. I mean, just come out and see it. And Christmas is such a a special time. I don't know for y'all, but for me, it's just a really like the spirit of Christmas is just a neat time, and it's neat to watch Christmas movies, have different Christmas foods, and then go and see Christmas plays. I mean, it just makes for the true season. So
Our goal is to have you leave the show ready for Christmas.
there you go. I love it. And I love that. And I think one of those weekends is our Christmas parade weekend. So you can really pack in a neat little Christmas spirit to that. So this is going to be neat, and it's set on Christmas Eve. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that'll set the scene right there for you. And I believe there's a way to save a little money on your tickets, but I don't have it right here. But if you order tickets in advance, y'all, you do save on your ticket price. So it's cheaper in advance than it is at the door.
I believe it's $11 advance for adults.
Yes, and so and you can call Tony King, the office number 706. I may have gave one number, but she may have a different one here. But 706-213-3109, and then her email tking@cityofelberton.net. And as always, you can purchase tickets at the door, but it's just cheaper.
They're also available through bigtickets.com,
Okay.
but they do charge a service fee for that too.
Okay. So bigtickets.com.
Bigtickets.com, yeah.
Awesome. Well, this goes right along with the Christmas season and a wonderful, wonderful Christmas play. And Ken Little directing. And Ken, I know this is going to be a good one, a great one. So, and you've got some folks that have been around now. Julie Williams, she's had several plays, but
Yeah,
she's been
Julie,
in.
and she's I think directing next season. So.
Really?
Yeah, her and Rebecca are directing the Cemetery Club.
Oh my goodness! You
Rebecca.
mean Breakfast Club?
No, Cemetery Club.
What? Like Scoob, I'm not going in there. Sorry. That just kind of came out there, Bob.
It's okay.
Hey, ghost. So I'm throwing my voice there. Anyways, but hey, this is going to be a great time to come out, and you don't want to miss it. And a really good time at this Christmas time. So, and we talked about that synopsis, and and I just saw here it's kind of a 1990s, mid-90s setup. So. I'm looking forward to. I missed the '90s. I was so I could run. I could do so many things.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I wake up and it's like, well, I didn't know that hurt, but it does today. Just kidding. Well, hey, we want to see everybody out and mark your calendars for December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 8th, 9th, and 10th. And Marie. Is there a funniest part of this to you that you think, man, this part's funny?
Yeah,
It,
there
can you,
is.
Can you tell
There-
us without giving it away? Can you tell us?
To me, the funniest part of it is there's one that is a Scrooge that plays a he.
Oh, there's somebody
he
in.
actually acts like the Scrooge.
So there is a Scrooge in this mix
Yes,
of
there's a Scrooge
characters.
in this characters.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that throws a little wrench in the whole Christmas spirit.
But the
then.
good thing about it is they all start out not knowing each other,
Yeah.
but then by the end they're like a family because it's different personalities and different issues they have, but being around each other and being in a closed space, they all start learning things about themselves, but then they learn about unity and peace, and by the end they've realized that they're like a family. They don't
Yeah.
have to be kin, they're like a family.
Wow. Ken, that's going to make for a great play. That will be wonderful.
I'm
So
surprised it's not been a Hallmark movie yet.
it will be now. Well, see, for the Hallmark movie, don't you have to have two people that bump into each other and drop something, and then they come down to pick it up?
Yeah.
And then I kind of like watching those sometimes, but I don't want to admit it to the public. Oh, did I? I just did? Okay, never mind. But that is it. Bob, is there any part of the play that you feel like is like, man, this is special right here?
I'd have to say the whole play is, there's not one particular moment, but the whole play just kind of builds up to, as Marie
It does.
described it. They have a shared experience, and it just brings them all together. And like I said, no one incident sticks out for me as opposed to the whole play. It's really a good play, and I'm glad Ken chose it to direct.
Awesome. Well, Ken, I know you've been in several plays as well. What does it mean to you to be director? And of course, that takes on a lot of responsibilities, multitasking, and things like that.
It does. It's, as a director, you start working a couple of months before even the actors come in, getting things together. But the great thing about it is I'm not having to learn lines.
Oh, you don't have to learn lines this time.
And
Yeah.
at my age, it's getting tougher and tougher.
Yeah. Well, you can feed lines, I guess, but you don't have to
Yeah,
learn
I
any
don't have
lines.
to learn 'em.
Yeah. So it well, that maybe that's the fun part about this one is, well, I didn't have to learn all that. But I know the hard work that you have to put in behind that, and so thank you for taking director on this one, and we can't wait to see it as a community. And make sure to put it on your phones. Go to that calendar setting and pick the day you want to go. Get your tickets and let's fill the theater up this Christmas season. This will be wonderful. The best time of the year is Christmas. So, and anything else before we wrap up this morning?
Yeah, we can't forget our set designer.
No, we can't.
Let's talk about that. Is it Pat Bell?
And it's
Yes.
Pat Bell.
Is it Pat Bell?
Yes.
And
Pat Bell.
it's a typical Pat Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
He does it right.
detailed and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
He does a very good job.
Pat's done some marvelous
He has
work,
done
so-
fantastic sets,
yeah.
and this one is
Yeah.
no exception.
Well, Bob's going to challenge him next year, but we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, we will challenge Pat his abilities next year with one of the shows we got coming up.
Yes. Well, who all was on the crew? Let's see. We've got Pat Bell, master carpenter.
Yeah.
Ken Little, director and construction crew.
Yeah.
Man, he has a lot of shirts in this one. Tony King, sound technician. Emily Word, assistant sound technician. Tracy Bennett, that's David's wife, lighting technician. And Mr. Bob Larson.
Yeah.
You back with a hammer in his
Just
hand.
kind of jack of all trades.
Yes.
Just like Ken. We do it all.
That's right. And you do it for a community.
That's right.
So that is it. Folks, I do want to remind you, not that, but these are not paid actors. These are not paid. These are people that do it for the love of doing it. And I tell you, that's a special ingredient that just makes everything that much better when you see things like this. And I was in, we called it the Thespians back when I was in high school. So I'm not sure. I think they changed the name of it. Act One or One Act now because it's a one act play. And but Miss Teasley did that. I did that for 2 years in high school. I was behind the scenes, and so but all the work that goes into plays, productions, and things like that. And for us, we had to run our stuff out on a stage and then pack it up and get it off. That was our big thing. But it's so much work that goes involved. But there's such a blessing to an actual performance when you get to see it and see it come to fruition and all the work that has went into it. So come out, support these. I want to see people come out that hadn't come before. So again, if you're having holiday folks over, things for the weekends, make your plans to do it. All right. Any last words?
Before we go, I'd like to thank our sponsors for this
Yes.
show, Napa Auto Parts. So when you're at the counter ordering, getting your parts, say thank you for what you're doing. And K-Roo Sports and Imprinting in Hartwell.
Okay, awesome. Thank you to those sponsors, and that means a lot to make everything work. So, all right. Anything else from our director, Ken Little?
I just want everyone to come out. It really is a Hallmark type play, and the whole family should get something out of it. And we've got a great cast. These people are family on stage right now.
Yes.
So,
wow.
and that's the great thing about plays is you develop a family. Unfortunately, they break up after a while. You become a very tight group.
That's well, kind of like Marie said. It's become family. I mean, the group becomes family, but you become family.
Then
so.
you go from one play to the next play with somebody else.
That's right.
Like, yep.
Yeah, and so how wonderful. Thank y'all for taking time today. Thank you for coming to the top floor of the WSGC Studio Tower building on Jones Street.
That's a lot of steps.
It is.
Yeah.
I tell people I walk those staircase every day. All the one step. Then when I saw somebody sold a step and they're making billions off of it, I said, well, there we go. That's how I should have done that. Hey, it is going to be awesome. It is a gift to remember, Elbert Theater, and don't miss it because it will be a gift to remember. Thank y'all. Thank you, Kenneth Little, Bob Larson, and Marie Glenn. Thank you all so much. And, folks, stay tuned. We've got more of your country favorites coming up. A little Charlie Pride was on our request list, so that's coming up. And Toby Keith, all coming up right after this.